Hello everyone, this is Milan from Hypermedia, and in today's video I wanna talk about two pretty important, um, actually, how I can say this, two pretty important waves of marketing, and maybe you know from this sentence that what it is. So, this video we are going to be talking about hypes versus trends, which are better and which you can leverage on marketing and which and how basically, but which is better, it's kind of hard to understand if we don't know what is hype and what is trend. So let's start with hype. What is a hype? And or you can say it cloud, and probably this will help you position this on certain ways, because you know what is cloud actually. Rappers, any kind of musician, any kind of social media star got clout. So basically, easy fame, easy and fast fame. Or okay, not basically not always easy, but usually fast. So this is the cloud or hype. So what is the thing between hype and trend? But first, let's declare what is hype and what is trend. So hype is when you are going up, like exponentially growth. So like so it's pretty fast, and then going down pretty fast. So yeah, basically it goes up pretty fast and goes down pretty fast. This is a hype. This happens in marketing, this happens in social media a lot actually, to hyping up certain products, hyping up certain businesses, certain companies, certain products, services, any kind of online product or anything in social media basically can be hyped up. And it can be leveraged in marketing. However, there are another opponent of this, and this is trend, which basically is pretty similar to the hype, but it's not goes up like this. It just goes up like this, like a wave. It's built up. Actually, a wave is not. Yeah. It's building up like a wave. It's slowly building up, and when it's reached its peak, it will reach its peak. Everything reaches peak, but you can ride it a long way, and then exit on the peak, or not exit on the peak. Actually, you can. I'm not saying that go down with it, but you can reinvent. You can elongate the trend. But we're gonna talk about this in short sec. So basically, you know, hype is fast, trend is longer, more elongated growth over a bigger period of time, and the thing between the two is the time basically, because hype can happen between a year, or in a year actually, or in a month actually, and trends usually happen in a decade. Okay, that's bit general, don't you think? Yeah, it's kind of general to say that it happens in a decade or happens in a year, but usually this is the difference between the two. One is happening between so like 10 times more than the other, or 10 times longer, sorry, 10 times longer than the other. Basically, that's the difference between the two. So it's quite a big difference, because if you are using a trend, you can ride it for 10 years, let's say. You can ride it for 10 years. But if you're using a hype, you can just ride it for 1 year. And if you don't ride it well, then you will go down with it and you will not sell your remaining product, let's say. But if you're using a trend and you're basically not getting it right in the first year, then of course you can go and retire the second year, because the trend is just get up and you will just get more customer, because the trend is uptrend. Usually, if you're not dumb, then you will get into an uptrend, not a downtrend, basically, and you will get more and more products. But by the way, you can elongate a hype and also a trend, but it's gonna require a lot of capital to do that, with a lot of advertising and with a lot of branding actually. and a really good marketing team to elongate a trend, and it won't be easy. So it's going to be a hard job to basically elongate a trend which would have died certain years ago. Or not just a trend, you can elongate a hype too, but yeah, it will be again pretty expensive. Okay, so basically with hypes you can ride the wave pretty well actually. The thing is that if you're acquiring a lot of followers to the hype, the problem will be that they are watching because you did the hype content, and they will be hard to convert. But you can do it pretty smart. If you are sprinkling in already, when you're doing the hype content, you are already sprinkling in some, let's say, trending content or just some of your normal content, and see how they perform. And actually they will not perform as good as you think, because you are a hype chaser actually, and you will be converting a lot from your hype to your normal content if you do this right, the sprinkles. So once you see that hype is getting down and down and down, you have to do more and more of your content, and in your hype content shut out your content. Okay, so this is how you can transfer not most but a big percentage of your hype audience to your main content actually. So this is content for businesses and for products actually. The thing is that with hypes you have to write them like fashion, basically the fashion trends, because they are pretty short. So they are like 2 or 3 months and gone actually, like tie-dyes, you know, the paints and all that kind of stuff. They are gone pretty fast, so you can use the tactics from fashion actually, and just make certain amount content per product and sell those, and that's all. And since they are hyped, you can ask for a little bit more and they will be easier to sell because they are already hyped. But make a limited quantity of it and just sell out that, and that will be all. If the hype is trending again, then you can just remake it, and that will be good for you if it's reoccurring. Like Bitcoin, reoccurring every 4 years. You make, let's say, Bitcoin chains, then you can sell it again after 4 years. So it's pretty good, or anything like that. However, with trends, let's say, for trends, you can actually build businesses for it. So like a trend right now is healthy eating, basically. That's a trend which is getting more popular day by day actually. And the thing is that you can build low calorie, keto, vegan, paleo, all that kind of stuff businesses to eat, basically food companies that are vegan, keto, and all kind of diet types. You can build businesses around a trend because it will be in a long time, and you can build it up because it's in an uptrend, most likely, if you're doing it right. And if it's in an uptrend, then you can exit at a pretty high price. Other trends like I don't know if I will qualify Bitcoin as a trend or hype, because it is more like a recurring hype, because every 4 years it will get hyped up for a few months but then dies away. But the thing is, Bitcoin is, the businesses that build around it doing kind of bad. So yeah, it's more like a hype than a trend. Okay, so let's talk about the last part, is how you can elongate and how you can make yourself more time. So if you are in a hype and leverage it correctly, then you will have a lot of money. So you can elongate that hype or switch to a trend, of course, which will be a better choice, but you can elongate that hype with influencer marketing, with video views campaigns, and also any kind of advertising. And content marketing is not going to work, but advertising will work, and you have to make a pretty significant amount of ads, and you have to run them through again and again and again, and maybe wait for a few months to catch up again. Yeah, so it's going to be a luck factor in it, but if you run enough ads on it, it will probably catch up again, but not 100%. But with a trend, you can elongate the trend the same way actually. Just run ads and influencer marketing on it as much as possible, and just keep people invested in the trend actually, with products, with companies, with all kind of stuff, with more content, with more advertising, and basically not letting them forget about your trend. Or basically it's not your trend, but how you can categorize this. So hypes happens usually in trends, and you need to look for trends, because that's going to be more elongated and a longer time period, which will be helping you, of course, and will be benefiting you. So you have to looking for trends more and you have to ride the trend waves rather than the high waves, because the high wave is like a tsunami. Goes actually not a tsunami, it's the trend is a tsunami, because it's built up really slowly and then crushes everything. And the hype is more like earthquake, comes up really fast, crushes a lot of things, but it has to be really strong to get a long damage. So long damage, a big damage, it has to be really strong and really powerful to make a lot of damage. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video about hype and trends, and if you do, then please hit the subscribe button and like the video, and comment down below what you think about this topic, and also what you want to see next in my channel and what you want to see breakdown of. And yeah guys, I see you in the next one. Have a nice day.